Good evening, THL. How is everyone doing tonight? Welcome to yet another episode of Last Saloon Standing. I am, as always, your host, the Big Ted, joined with me, as always, by Kel. Kel, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. We also have two guests with us tonight. First is he was with us last week, right? As well.
I believe so.
Yeah, and it's funny because I think he's been on more this season than our quote unquote other regular co-host. It's Pond. Pond, how you doing?
Yeah, doing well. Did a name change this week, so you might be seeing me as something different. But yeah.
Yeah. And we are also joined tonight by Silver T Fox Demon. How you doing tonight?
Hello. I'm doing pretty well. Yeah. You can just call me Silver to make things easier.
All right, sounds good. All right, where are we starting?
You want to start in teal or purple?
Sure, let's start teal.
All right. So we had bees versus no pros here. Do you have a way to pop these up on screen, by the way, Ted? I don't know if
I don't have that set up right now.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't know if Quaz showed you how to do that.
Yeah, no, that's like something I can do for next week. Definitely.
Okay. So bees versus no pros here. Bees. Wait, is this the right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Bees won 14-12. So we had Skittles beat Jayak. We had Run Mexico beat Pasca. We had Agent PWE pick up his first win against Mata. We had Disco beat Pond. And I don't know what happened in the 5 seed because there's no result. So I'm going to guess it was
Thank you.
a no contest.
Yeah.
There was scheduling issues, and we had, I think, a member asleep and things like that. So
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was definitely surprised to see Agent PWE pick up a win against Mata.
Yeah. No Pros here actually took 3 wins from us, but we played the lowest wins we got was 2, and so we managed to get the win despite not getting the 3 wins. So yeah, points matter in losses.
Definitely.
Yes. And I guess I was reading it wrong. Actually, it was a DQ in favor of it.
Yeah, it was DQ in favor of Copper.
Or Copper.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm on the wrong page. Copper, yes. DQ in favor of Copper. So
yeah, it was interesting. The middle 3 matches were played first, so it was a tie entering the Jayak Skittles match and Coppertail Electabuzz match. So it was tied 8-8 going into the last match. Last 2 matches.
So it could have been completely changed if there hadn't have been the DQ.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Basically, with Jayak's 2-3 loss, Copper Talon, if he won, we would have taken the week. I think a 3-2 win would have been a tie. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm just surprised about how close this was. I would have expected bees to have a much easier time against no pros here.
Yeah, I think No Pros here is starting to get their sea legs, as you want to say it. I think they have some really good players. Yeah, I mean, none of them have winning records yet, but you have a bunch of them at 50%, and all of them have a win. So I think they are one of the teams to look out for. I think they're going to be in competition for that last playoff spot, despite being 8 points behind.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I think they're definitely still in it. So the next matchup was Dad Legend versus the Cult. Dad Legend pulled it out 12-9. Now this was all. Oh no, it was not all sweeps. It was almost all sweeps.
Yeah.
So it looks like there was a DQ in the one.
Yeah, there was. I think Aviously overslept.
Damn.
Yeah, Aviously overslept, and their match was Sunday morning. And
damn.
Yeah, by that time they
actually, the Cult, if Aviously hadn't gotten the DQ, the Cult very well could have taken this week.
Yeah.
So we had Typical Tyrant beat Itachi 3-1. Kind of surprised by that. Then we had Yellow Dart lose to the Big Ted. And we had Hockey Boy. Is this another DQ?
No, it wasn't. I think there was some issue with bans because you'll see Shu had a ban in. It's just Hockey Boys muffed his ban somehow. I'm not sure exactly how.
Okay. Well, Hockey swept Shu, and then Super Murloc swept Doomsday.
Yeah.
He must have been pretty angry to he must have been pretty angry about losing to his wife the prior week.
Definitely.
So he was on the comeback tear here.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see the 12 points from Dad Legend in the win, which is the same number of points Team No Pros here took in a loss.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all the games went one way or another. It wasn't like anything was.
Yeah. Well, Itachi could get 1 point.
Yeah, but like nothing was like super close. It either went to the cult or Dad Legend.
Yeah, I would say the only one that really might have changed was Aviously actually waking up on time.
Yep.
But no, yeah, it happens. We all know it does, and I mean, yeah, we can kind of afford this loss. Just can't afford too many more.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys look to be 1 point out of the playoffs.
Yeah, we are right now. So definitely 1 point out, 3 weeks to play. Still, anything can happen.
Yeah. So the next one was Kel's Good Boys versus Tanpams. KGB takes it 12-8.
Also,
close matches this week.
One thing to note: this was the interconference match.
Yep.
Yes.
Or yeah, the cross conference. Yeah.
Yep. So Lotus Knight. Now this matchup was all sweeps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lotus Knight swept Lefty. Twos swept Dirty Mike. Brushy Tuna swept Boozosaurus. 2-Star Mako swept Osmonaut. And It's Me Mike swept Turd Herder. That's a lot of sweeps.
Yeah.
Yeah, Booze is just having such a rough season.
Poor Booze.
In both Legacy and Hero, he's just having tough
and
seasons.
Pro, I think he's 1-3.
Yeah, I think that's something like that. It's not going his way.
It happens.
Yeah, definitely.
He can still pick it up and get a positive season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, he's a wonderful player. I'm on his Legacy team.
Yeah,
Big win for It's Me Mike, because if you look at the records, most of the other matches were determined by...
Oh, I was looking at the wrong side, actually. Booze is 04, so...
Yeah. So, like, Lotus is 3-0, Twos is 3-1, Booze is 0-4, Mako's 3-1. So you all expect those matches based on records to go the way they did. And then It's Me Mike at 2-3 picked up his second win. So I think that's a nice little win for him to get.
Yeah, his matches have been super close the last few weeks. I played him last week, and it was very close. It was a tight match, and so this week it seemed like he pulled out something pretty dominant.
Yeah, that'll actually move him up to the 4. So he's going to swap positions with Osmonaut.
And they had really close PR, so that doesn't surprise me.
I mean, I feel gotta feel bad for Osmonaut too. He's having a rough season as well.
Yeah,
he's 0-4 as well. I mean, these things happen. Sometimes the cards don't go your way, or you're playing in a weird meta. But I mean, if it's meta problems, hey, that will get changed up.
It is interesting to see KGB had 4 Warrior bans.
Yeah.
They're probably one of the more consistent band teams out there.
Definitely.
Yeah. Warrior was the class to ban. I don't know about that now, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm looking. The Cult had 3 out of 4. Ask HS have 4 out of 5. It seems like most teams went with a pretty prevailing...
Yeah, well, that didn't work out for us this week.
No. Maybe a Tap Blast found out how to break the meta with banning 4 priests.
Tap Blast went priest ban.
They did, yes.
To transition to our next match of Tap Blast versus Ask HS.
Yes. So Tap Blast wins 14-9. Now this came down to the final match between me and Base, and sadly I got swept. I even brought a deck to hard counter the deck that I got swept by, and still lost. So it felt pretty bad. Yeah, I drew pretty awfully. Well, I drew pretty well. So I brought Bomb Warrior. And I had 3 bombs in the deck by turn 5. I had on curve Blastmaster Boom. Like, it was the dream. And then I didn't win.
What happened that you didn't win?
I have a feeling I know what deck you were swept by then. I'm not going to say it on stream for
Yeah, exactly.
reasons, but yeah.
He top decked a specific card that turned the entire match around.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep.
That is unfortunate.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
So I was super tilted after that. But Base played well and he just outplayed me. So, but we had Desharmo beat Bill Snyder. We had Dukas beat the TC Gamer. I lost to Base. We had 8-Bit beat Shadow Ranger and Mr. Shads beat Saku.
8-Bit's having a really good season so far.
Yeah, 8-Bit's doing really well.
I would say that's a big win for Dukas.
I don't know, man. He beat who did he beat last week? Boozosaurus, something like that.
No, it's not that big of a one.
Wow, that was rude.
No, but seriously, yeah, he's showing that, like, you know, some people might have been doubting him just PR wise that he was like around 300 playing in the 2, but no, that's 2 very convincing wins over some serious opposition.
TCG Gamer got a good win his first week, last week.
Yeah. Yeah, I would
forgot to post that we were live.
Oh. But yeah, I would think he's proven that he can hang around.
He got a win over Ron Mexico in the 1, so that's always a good win. Ron's been having a good season.
Yeah, Desharmo's having a great season too. Oh,
yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot, but the not really too much of a question if he can hang around on the 2 anymore. We'll get to that more later.
Yeah, Desharmo's no longer in the 2.
No, I'm talking about Dukas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dukas was just a temporary sub, unfortunately. He is not playing this week.
But like I said, we'll get to that more when we get to Teal.
Oh, my roster is all jacked up now. Imagine me. Yeah, imagine me in the 2 seed. That's gonna go well.
Hey, I'll have you know that when I woke up Monday morning and was looking at the THL and I saw the name that you brought on, it made me kind of happy to see him back.
Yeah. So, but all right, let's jump over to purple.
Yeah.
So we had some pretty big wins here. We had Notorious BIGs just straight 5-0 bunkies in a tree.
Yeah.
That's a rough week.
Yeah, it is.
It feels like purple is Notorious BIGs and the rest, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the points right now, and I'm pretty sure that Notorious is already locked for playoffs. I don't see a world where they don't make it.
Oh yeah, no, they're totally going in.
Yeah,
like the next closest team
is like what
is almost
points?
30 points behind them.
25 points.
Yeah, it's like 25. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I mean, like there's definitely a world where they don't make it, but they'll have to get like 5-0'd for the next 3 weeks, pretty much.
But that's not going to happen. So there's no world where that happens.
No, I'm just saying, like, they're not like 100% guaranteed, but it's like
even if they got 5-0'd every single week, as long as the matches went 3-2, I think they'd still make it.
No, definitely.
Yeah. They'd have to lose like every single match.
Yeah, they would have to
big lose.
Yep.
It's not even that. The other teams would have to make up 25 points on them, which it's tough to make up 25 points.
That's a lot to ask.
Well, you have to keep in mind that it's like 25 points would only knock them back into second. They would need 4 teams to pass them. So that means that they would that means they would literally have to have like 30 points gained on them.
There's like 3 teams right within that.
Yeah.
Asad is 55, Minutemen is 53, Mucklings is 54, and ATL is 57. So they're all like right there in that like 25 point range.
Yeah. But I'm saying like for BIGs to get knocked out of playoffs, they would need all 4 of those teams to pass them, not just like 1 or 2.
Right, yeah, and I don't see them being knocked out. Like,
no, they're
there's
for
no
sure.
chance.
They're for sure the one of the strongest teams.
Yeah.
If not, they are the strongest team in purple.
Like really, at this point, I feel like it's their conference to win at this point. I feel like they've booked their ticket to the finals, kind of, and like it's like, can somebody overcome them?
Yeah, and I mean, can we talk about how Donde and Jammies are both 4-0?
Yeah.
It's been rough. It's been rough taking on them because we took on them. Was it 2 weeks ago? I'm on a sub, dude. So I think it was it was 2 weeks ago, and we just got. I think we got beat hard. Yeah, the only person that pulled out a win was Shiny. So
that's the crazy.
And Snake. Snake pulled out one as well.
The crazy thing is, looking at the standings, you have a 1-3 team in purple in the playoff hunt, in the playoff position. Like, yeah, Ugly Mucklings are 1-3 right now in the playoff if they start.
Yeah.
So
I find it insane. Like looking at BIG's like just individual records, they've lost 4 times in 4 weeks. They've lost 4 matches. That's just mind blowing.
Are there really only 2 teams in purple that have positive win rates?
Yeah.
So Notorious BAGs are 4-0. ATL is 3-1. Asadude is 2-2.
And
that's it. Everybody else is negative.
Yeah.
Oh, KGB is also 2-2.
Is KGB? No.
KGB
KGB's
that's
teal.
That's teal.
That's teal. Yeah.
But it doesn't help. I think purple is now 1-3 in the cross conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't help.
Yeah, I think BIG is the only one that picked up a win, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
We'll just have to wait. My team plays SKHS final week. We'll pull out a win there.
They're circling you, Cal.
Which team? Wait, which team are we talking about?
Dude.
Oh yeah, probably.
Cal, you gotta hold up the standard for teal. Come on.
Jesus, man. I don't know. I think my team's 1-3 too. So yeah, we are. We're 1-3. So this meta's been weird.
All right.
It has. I will agree with that.
Shall we move on to ATL Mucklings?
Yep. ATL versus Mucklings. We had Blue Spartan beat Icer. We had Omzi sweep Juggerlaw. Lawful Dog picks up the win against Dave the Great. The Chronic beats Shunsui. That one kind of surprised me a little bit.
Yeah.
And Force of Will beats Arthaniu.
Chronic's been playing really well.
He has.
Like,
Chronic has always been a great player.
But like I would kind of consider Shunsui on like kind of another level, at least for a 4.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like this Ugly Mucklings roster is a lot better than 1-3.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think they've had a rough schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the metrics don't say their schedule's been that rough though.
No.
Looking at the metrics, Asa dude has had a much worse schedule. I think it might be the fact that Mucklings, I don't think, has played BIGs yet.
No, Mucklings and BIGs played, I think. I think they have played. I think that was...
Okay. Never mind then. But
I think they have. I'll look back. Yeah, they played last week. It was Ugly Mucklings versus...
Yeah, Mucklings has actually had a pretty even schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Arhat for doing the schedule difficulty on the standings.
Wow. Apparently my team has had the hardest schedule in Teal, though.
Yep.
Damn. All right.
Shout out to Corky Turtle for thinking the idea of scheduling.
Actually, looking at both conferences, my team has had the hardest schedule. What the hell? I got the short end of the stick on this one.
You got put into the hardest conference and place against the hardest teams.
And the only other team that's like really close to us as far as schedule is Tanpam Surf Slam and Asa Dude. So
it's not making me happy that the cult has had the easiest schedule in Teal so far.
Almost the easiest schedule overall too.
Yeah. There's a few teams ahead of us.
What's the easiest schedule overall is Notorious BAGs, but I think that's mainly because they've been beating up so hard on the other teams that it
That just makes them
like
all look easy.
I
Yeah.
mean, let's see. I
actually
mean, a lot
no.
of their-
Hat said that it doesn't count. Like it wouldn't
Yeah.
count the weeks that the Notorious BIG played the other
Alright.
team or something.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean,
I
most
think-
of their wins have been pretty dominant. The week 3 was fairly even
Yeah.
for Notorious BIG.
Just looking at getting back to ATL versus Mucklings, I'm saying Blue Spartans have been having a pretty good season.
He was with the ATL team that
last
went
season.
to the finals
Yeah, he
last year.
But was he in the 2?
I thought he was in the 2, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was in the 2.
He was in like the 3, I thought, because I played Blue Spartan last season.
I
he
think
whooped my
he
ass.
moved up because I remember he played Itachi in the finals.
Yeah, he must have moved up, but I've played Blue Spartan
in
before.
The 2 is doing really well.
Yeah.
Is he 4-0 to start his THL career?
I want to say this is his first season, but I can't confirm that.
Looking at the plus 28 points, it seems like it's there. Yeah, that win in the 1 for Blue Spartan over Icer is a really...
For sure. I don't think anybody's really surprised to see Lawful Dog take the win in the 3. That guy's nuts for a 3 seed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, people you don't want to see at your seed. Lawful at a 3 is not.
Yeah. Yeah. There is no justice in the world when I'm a higher seed than Lawful Dog, technically. Actually, I'm the same seed as Lawful Dog because he's going to swap with JR next week. But
Is he?
Yeah.
Or no, I thought those PRs were like updated to current.
No.
Are they not?
Well, let me jump to the next week,
Yeah.
but I'm like 99% sure that he is moving seeds. No, Lawful Dog's in the 2.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Lawful Dog's in the 2.
Yeah,
Oh, great.
Switch seeds.
Wait,
Jugger's in the 3.
please don't make me
Yeah.
play Lawful Dog.
You could see that as like a playoff match.
I could see that as if we bold of you to assume we make playoffs.
Well,
Hey, you know what? You guys are only 15 points out.
well, no. You have to keep in mind that they're in different conferences, so that would have to be a finals match.
I have to look at the
No.
schedule. I don't know.
I believe we're doing cross conference for the playoffs.
Are
Yeah, we are. Yep.
We are,
It's
yes.
cross-conference
Yeah.
playoffs, yeah. Yep.
But is it still going to be top 4 from each conference?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
top 4
Yeah.
from each.
Yeah, but then cross.
So
okay.
like 4 of one is
Okay.
going to play one of the other, which will be really interesting.
Oh, so it's like guaranteed cross conference. It's not like there's just
Oh.
a chance for it. Okay.
All I can say is for the next 2 weeks, Quaz better be here because I play his team in week 6, and then I need to shit talk him when we win.
Hey, I'm sitting right here. I'm on his team too.
Well, yeah, but Quaz is the captain.
Yeah. And by the way, Kel, you better drop back down into that better drop back down into the 3 before we play you.
Or maybe you should just drop to the move up to the 2 because there's no way I'm dropping to the 3 if you look at PRs.
Well, Kel.
I don't think there's any way Itachi's dropping
Yeah.
out of the 2.
Kel, I don't think I'm making up 200 PR to pass Itachi.
I don't think that.
You know what, Kel?
Well,
I think you've had
Shadow
a fun...
actually could. Yeah. If Agent PWE like smokes me and Shadow Ranger beats Pasca, it's possible we swap again.
Yeah, I mean, what? That's like a 19 PR difference.
Something like that.
yeah,
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, no, you two could easily swap.
Yep. You're right. Anyway, Dude versus Minutemen.
Yeah. So Snake.
Take us through your match.
Yeah. Snake won by DQ against Shane. Apparently Shane didn't wake up, and
Man, a
or
lot of
just
people,
wasn't
So
had
many
alarm
people
problems.
oversleeping.
Yeah,
man.
it was either he didn't wake up or just didn't want to play. Something happened there, and Shane just didn't show up. So Snake took the win there. Sanguine beat Ox in a very, very back and forth
Wow.
match, from what I heard.
That's gotta be like in the running for Big Game Hunter. Holy shit, that's almost 200 PR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Medusa's lost against Icon. It was also another close match, and I think Medusa's got really angry whenever something happened inside the final game, and Icon took it. Icon was also a sub, I think an emergency sub.
Correct.
Last second, and then Shiny took the 4 against Mr. Newt, and then I got swept in the 5 against Jim. Jim brought Murloc Paladin, and I wasn't prepared for Murloc Paladin, and got hit
say that
really hard. Anyways, yeah, I got hit really hard. 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy.
Yeah, Kel encountered the wonders of Wind Fury Shaman on stream and almost lost.
Yeah.
It's not just Wind Fury Shaman. It was Mega Wind Fury Leroy OTK Shaman.
You're saying it like it's a meme deck and not totally legitimate.
Well, considering that is the first and last time I have ever seen that deck, I'm going to say it's not a legitimate deck.
It legitimately took 2 wins from you, though, and almost had the 3rd.
It did, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I very nearly cried myself to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, really close match. And that puts you guys ahead of the Minutemen for the playoffs.
Yeah, it was so close that if it wasn't for the DQ, I think they would have won. I think if the DQ didn't happen, they just needed a few points on us. So it would have been very close. And Shane's from what I've heard a super good player.
Yeah, I think a 3-2 would have been a tie, actually, and a 3-1 would have been a 3-1 Snake win would have been a win for you guys.
Yeah, it would have been like a 3-2 win for Snake would have been a tie, and then any other result would have won the week for that player.
That looks the irony is it looks almost exactly like the Bees score this week.
Yeah, and the cult for that matter. It was like pretty much the same. That like all 3 DQs ended up deciding who won the week.
Yep. Yeah. So THL might need to make an official alarm clock, or you can just be like me, and I schedule all my matches at like 11 or midnight or something random. So
same here.
We need to make a THL app that like pings you
15 minutes
when it's match time. But all right. So before we jump into week 5, today the update for Doom in the Tomb came out where 23 wild cards were added back into standard. So deck building has now, at least for day 1, become put N'Zoth, Sylvanas, Emperor, and Ragnaros in your deck and build around it.
Yeah, test it. Yeah.
So
what have you guys been playing? Anything fun?
I've been playing decks with Sylvanas and Ragnaros and N'Zoth. Shaman also has gotten some spice with Evolve coming into the meta.
And Think from Below.
Yeah. I don't think there's as many good totems as there was when Think from Below was in its prime. But fun fact, fun fact, Amalgam is a totem.
So is the Lackey totem thing.
Yes. That is the one good one, so yeah.
Yep. I think Aggro Shaman, like not Quest Shaman, Aggro Shaman will run Think from Below just because it's so powerful once you discount it and then you can like roll it into an Evolve. Like you can go the 3/4 taunt or the 3/4 rush that gets reduced, Bogashu Enforcer or something.
Yeah,
and then Think from Below.
Enforcer.
And then Think from Below.
Yeah.
And you play them in the same turn and then play a ball and boom, you have like a 7-drop and an 8-drop.
I was playing one game where I had Bloodlust in my hand and I didn't even need the bloodlust. I had just evolved such a big board against the guy. It was like, oh, okay. And it was, I think I won turn 5, turn 6. It was absurd. But, yeah.
Yeah. And I guess Hat was talking in the Discord earlier about he had a shaman play Desert Hare on turn 3 into Coin Evolve. And he got Houndmaster Shaw from it.
Oh man!
Oh god!
Oh,
that
man.
is pretty game ending.
Desert Hare and Evolve being in the same meta, it's just absurd. It's 4 mana, 2 cards, summon 3 4/4s. Oh, and evolve everything else you have on the board too.
And you can also, yeah, and if you have 2 months, and if you have Mutate, you can even go for a 5-drop too.
Yeah. Pick your worst 4-drop, go for a 5-drop. The Evolved Lackey is actually pretty good too. So, yeah.
I mean, I guess what? The absolute nuts would be like turn 4, Desert Hare, evolve, coin, evolve into double mutate.
Well, and you are even including the Moshu Enforcers or whatever they're called. Like the 3/4.
Yeah. Yeah, that would just be nutty. So I've only made one deck since the expansion.
I wonder what class it was.
So obviously Priest, because I got that sweet new hero portrait for 1,000 wins.
Oh wow, you have that many?
I have almost 1,700 Priest wins.
Impressive. I'm at like 430,
and I think I'm at 1,500 Mage wins. Those are the only two. Those are the only two I have, though. But I built Control Res N'Zoth Priest. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Don't put the quest in your priest deck. Take the quest out. It makes it a better deck.
I've been enjoying the quest, but we digress.
the stats support my stance on this.
Yeah, the quest just slows it down. I don't think it's worth it.
Hey,
that deck is so slow, anyways. It might be slower than Quest Druid.
Yeah, it's that's the problem. It's slow, and you're slowing it down even more with a quest.
You make it even slower. You waste your turn 1.
Well, I mean, Priest literally does nothing until like turn 5 right now, but
then why is it such a bad thing not to have the quest in there?
Because even late game, the quest just doesn't do anything. Like, there's so much AoE in this meta right now that the quest is literally irrelevant. Also, if you're playing Priest and you're not running Mass Dispel right now, you're doing it wrong.
Oh yeah,
Mass Dispel is broken. Well, not broken, but it is stupidly good right now because of all the N'Zoth decks.
So
Plague is good because of all of the N'Zoth decks. Like, it gives you a second board clear, which is incredible.
Right, but if I play N'Zoth and then you play N'Zoth, I can Mass Dispel and kill you, not just Plague and clear my own board too.
Yeah.
So, Mass Dispel is just very, very good right now. But Ted, what have you been playing?
See, I've been in class all day, so I haven't had a chance to play.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing after this. So,
imagine going to school instead of playing Hearthstone.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I'm being responsible.
The Android app was also a little late coming compared to the others.
It was.
So
yeah, the iOS update's always a couple hours behind. So,
but hey, listen,
I know,
if anybody's out there in chat and you have any good decks you've been running, DM me on Discord.
I already posted mine for you. So.
All right. Well, yeah, but it's Priest, so.
Wow. Okay.
Priest is good.
Hey, Kel, listen, like I would, but like I have morals, so I don't play Priest.
Yeah, I don't have morals. Just give me decks.
I mean,
you know what? You'd fit right in with Blizzard.
Listen, I don't know, man. Like, Priest is fine. If you have morals, you don't play something like fucking Quest Rogue.
See, here's my issue with Priest. It has 2 states. Either bottom of dumpster or doing a bunch of stupid broken stuff.
Do you know why that is?
Because Blizzard can't balance a game.
Sure, but more specifically, because Priest's classic set is absolute fucking garbage,
Well,
so
yeah.
Blizzard has to print broken cards for Priest to be viable.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a second.
Which is back to
It's
Blizzard
called
not being able to
Inner
balance.
Fire, Divine Spirit, and Cleric. All three of those cards are in the classic set, and all three of them. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
Until Hall of Fame rolls around this year, yes, because Mike Dunace has basically come out and said that Divine Spirit is going to Hall of Fame. So
Wow, that's fun.
he said that they've been talking about removing it from the standard for quite some time, and yeah.
I would actually prefer Inner Fire to be the one that got removed than Divine Spirit.
I think Divine Spirit's the card that definitely has to go. I think without Divine Spirit, Inner perfectly fine.
Yeah, Inner Fire is just a fine card.
Also, I'm asking for donations for to buy Kel Kleenex for when Priest gets totally gutted.
I mean, Combo Priest has always been around in some fashion, but in most metas, it's not even good. So, like, I don't know.
It was fun in the last meta, and you were losing your shit.
It was okay in the last one. Do you mean like recently?
Yeah, like up until like a day ago, that meta.
Oh, yeah, no. Priest was in a fine spot. Yeah, I was playing a ton of Combo Priest when I was actually playing. The problem is I just wasn't playing a lot.
That's fair.
But yeah, so Silver, what have you been playing?
I haven't really had a lot of time to play. Because I was also in classes. But this evening I'm thinking about playing some Death Rattle Rogue for sure. That's kind of like a deck that I've been looking into for a while now, and so it having N'Zoth and Sylvanas in it now just makes it a way stronger deck, I feel like, and I think that it's going to be something that I can pull wins out with, but who knows? It's all theory right now.
Dukas actually hit Legend with Death Rattle Rogue today.
Gotta find his deck list.
Right? So, yeah. But all right, let's jump into week 5. And why don't we start with purple since we started with teal before? We don't necessarily have to. Wow, there's some funky stuff going on here.
What were you gonna say? We don't have to necessarily do what?
We don't necessarily have to do every single match, but we can go through and look at the more interesting ones.
Yeah, I'd say BIG's Dad Legend.
Yeah, BIG's Dad Legend looks like it's going to be a really good match. So, what do you guys think?
That's a great cross-conference match.
Yeah. Also, can we get that 5 seed streamed? That 5 seed match seems like a really good one.
Yeah, honestly, I would be happy just to do like a Saturday back to back all 5 matches.
Yeah, or typical Tyrant versus Donde. That looks like another really good match.
I mean, I think Yellow Dart versus Jammies will be a good one too.
Yeah.
And then you have Hockey Boys versus Crackshot, which is going to be incredible as well.
Yeah.
Like,
all these matches look really good.
Yeah. Yeah, like, put this up on a Saturday and go, hey, let's do 5 matches in a row or something absurd. But,
yeah.
Yeah. Like, if I had to make predictions, I'd probably say Shim Jim takes the 1, Donde takes the 2, Yemmy's takes the 3. Man. Oh, man, I'm like...
Are you predicting a sweep over here?
I wasn't thinking it at first, but, like, as I go down the list and look at each individual match, I think VIG's is kind of favored in all of them.
I'm going to say Notorious GHP takes the 1, and Hockey Boys takes the 4.
Okay, that's fair.
And I think the match comes down to the 5 seed between Ample and Doomsday.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That looks like such a good match.
I think Typical Tyrant's been playing really well this season, so don't sleep on him.
No,
I think a lot of this week is going to be on who's able to prep with the new decks and figure out a cohesive lineup in this short period of time. I'm
just saying
4 days.
You could just if worst comes to worst, just pull out what happened, what was played last meta. It can't be that bad. I mean, they're tried decks.
I don't know about that.
Fun story. My pro match last week, I took wins with 2 decks that had no new cards in them. Literally not a single card from Muldoon, and I took both my wins with those. So yes, it can be done.
It can be done.
I think the power level of the decks that are coming in right now are really good. Like that priest deck that Tel's been raving about. It just has power level that other decks don't have.
I mean, it's because it's control. We didn't have a lot of control decks inside the meta, and now it seems like the meta is shifting from more of an aggro lineup to more of a mix, a little bit more of a hybrid.
It's going to be interesting to see how it handles a deck like, say, Weapon Rogue or something.
This always happens at the beginning of every expansion. Everybody wants to play control decks, but they won't stick around because there's only room for 1 or maybe 2 control decks in any given meta. Because if everybody's playing control, then what the hell are you controlling? Just play something that beats control. But the beginning of every meta is always like this. You see some crazy janky combos and like weird control decks that work for the first couple of days, and then after that they don't really make any sense. So like I've played some weird shit today. Like actually the most fun I think I've ever had playing Hearthstone was today. I played the Res Control Priest against N'Zoth Control Quest Warlock. And it was like insane. It was so close, and it was just such a good game.
I know my Anodon played against Kibler on stream today.
Oh, nice.
And, it was apparently a really interesting match if people want to check out a THL member playing against a streamer. So yeah, I think Kibler was playing some type of warlock. So
to answer Diamond Savior in chat, I mean, Pond is just kind of another special guest this week. However, he's showed up more than Quaz, so I guess you can call him a constant guest if we're calling Quaz one.
On top of that, we've been struggling to get guests because whenever we like post in the Discord or anything, I don't think any of us really get any DMs. So
yeah. Hey, listen.
Nobody wants to slide into Kel's DMs.
I got super lucky this week and got to work early and got things done, so I had some free time. So
yeah, nice.
Came here.
Yeah, I think we might have a guest lined up for next week. Don't want to spoil anything.
Sweet.
It's either for next week or for 2 weeks.
Okay. So the next match, why don't we move on to Dude versus Ugly Muck? I think that's gonna be
just
good.
an aside. Dad Legends sitting pretty comfortably in second place in Teal. So if they take a beating this week, that will really open up them to that 4th playoff spot. So
that's very true.
I actually think Dad Legend has a really good shot at beating them as well. I personally think that the 2's going to end up going to Typical Tyrant. I think Dondies might lose it.
I could see it go either way, but
honestly, I feel like it's a coin flip.
Yep.
Yeah,
with great players having great seasons.
Shim Jim, though, is a really solid player. I think he's underrated somewhat in the one for the BIGs. I think don't sleep on him.
Again, that's another coin flip.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think every single matchup's a coin flip. I could see it going either way. I think the only one that might not be is the 4.
Oh.
All right, Muckling Saw Dude. Next.
Yep. So we have Icer versus Snake.
That's a good match.
Lawful Dog versus Sanguine. Juggerlaw versus Shiny Pants. The Chronic versus Medusas. And Arthano versus Silver.
Well, I personally think that just not being biased to my team, I think Snake's going to take the 1. I want to say Lawful Dog's going to take the 2. Shiny is, I think, going to surprise everyone, and pull out the 3. It's going to be tight between Chronic and Medusa's. I don't know which one's going to win that one. And my hero performance hasn't been the greatest, and so I think it's going to be another tight match there. But I'm hoping to edge out the win.
I would say Snake takes the 1, Lawful takes the 2, Shiny Pants takes the 3, the Chronic takes the 4, and I think it comes down to the 5 seed.
No pressure.
I honestly almost agree, but I really want to say that it's going to come down to the 4. In the end, I want to see. Medusa's hasn't had a wonderful season, and so I want to see really want to see him to pull out a win this week. So I would really want to see him win, and I think that he can do it. He's a really strong player, and honestly, a wonderful player, and I think that he can really beat the Chronic and take the win this week.
Yeah, I think he absolutely can win. It's just the Chronic is a lot better than his PR would suggest, so it's definitely going to be a tough week.
Yeah, it's going to be close. We really need this win this week as well. It's like a 1-point difference between me and us and Ugly, and so if we can pull out a pretty dominant win, that almost guarantee us for playoffs, put us in a really good spot, anyways.
I feel like the 2 pretty heavily favors Lawful, but I think all the other seeds are really up in the air. Looking at it, yeah,
they're all really close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to see
Juggernaut. It has been inconsistent in the 2, but he's a pretty good player. I know when I played him in Legacy last season, we went 3-2. So he's a good solid 3.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, with the way it was last week, I think Sanguine can really pull it out though. She pulled off a pretty dominant not a dominant win, but she squeaked by a pretty good win against Ox, and so maybe she can do it again. The PR's pretty much the same. Ox and Lawful have pretty close PRs, and so with Sanguine where she is, she could totally do it. I want to see it, but I honestly think it's going to Lawful.
I did not know that Sanguine was a she. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, have you guys been saying he this whole time?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
I assume everyone is a he until...
No. Sanguine's a female. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, apologies for not knowing that.
Yeah. And,
no, it's fine.
And like, we're not trying to be sexist, but probably like 95% of THL is a he, so it's usually that's safe assumption.
Yeah, no.
Okay, Quirky Turtle. I can't think of anybody else who's playing in Hero this season.
Yeah, Sanguine is Free Faller.
Yeah.
But Free Faller?
What? Sanguine used to have a different name. She used to go by Free Faller as for a time back whenever she played in HSCL, which a lot of us played in HSCL. Most of us are high school students that played in HSCL. So she had the name Free Faller for a number of years, and just swapped recently to Sanguine, so we could have the name Asa Dude. There's 5 S's in Asa Dude, and there's 5 people with S names. Medusa's actually is named Starkey, and so all of us have S names.
Okay, I did not realize that until right now.
Yeah.
Yep. That is why our name is Asa Dude, because of all the S's in our team name.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. The fact that you and Mucklings are playing really opens the door for the Minutemen, though.
Sure.
Versus Tan Pams. So, like, as long as they're only 2 points behind you guys, and so 1 point behind the Mucklings. So if you guys have a close fight and the Minutemen can dominate Tan Pams, that really opens the door for the Minutemen to jump up, and so the loser of Asa Dude and Ugly Mucklings is probably looking at 5th place right now.
However, not a good start for the Minutemen. They're already down 0-4 after it's me,
I think that might be an error considering I don't see classes, but I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's no classes, but the bands are in. Unless I don't know.
Yeah, that would be weird.
All right, so we are starting to run short of time, so why don't we hop over to Teal?
Yep.
So I do think Bees versus Cult is a good match.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I think almost all these are. Well, we already talked about Dead Legend versus Notorious.
Who is...
All these other ones are pretty good matches. So I don't know who Nine Eyebrows is. I'm guessing that's a sub.
Yes, that's the sub for Run Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, their first week is up against Aviously.
That's rough.
Yeah, that is a little rough. Then we have Jayak versus Itachi. We have the Big Ted versus Mata. We have Chewbacca versus Pond. And we have Copper Talon versus Super Burlock. So I think the Cult just takes 1, 2, 3 right down the line.
Mm-mm.
I'll say
the
Pond versus Shu is... What's that?
I said I'll say Colt takes 1, 2 down the line. I'm not sure about 3.
Hey, it's the big 1, 2, 3 for the Cult, right?
No, I think the Cult takes 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna say Pond beats Shu, and the 5 seed. I honestly have no idea. Like, those guys are both awesome players. I've actually played on teams with both of them. They're both very good. They're both certainly, I think, better than 5 seeds. Or better than what people perceive a 5 seed to be, I should say.
Yeah.
They're strong 5 seeds.
I mean, like, I just say the quality of 5 seeds overall has kind of gone up this season. Between people like them, people like Amful spending a lot of time in the 5. You saw Ozma not spending a lot of time. Doomsday, Force of Will. I think the quality of the 5 overall has just kind of gone up.
You look, most of the 4 seeds in Teal are legend players. Like, so, yeah, like, it's not people... Yeah, the 5 seed quality has definitely gone up, and I think a lot of the 5s are players that have played for a while and have gained that experience. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. My prediction, I'm gonna say Cult takes 1, 2, Bees takes 3, 4, and then it's down to the 5.
Yeah.
I want to say that Cult takes the 1 and the 2. The 3 from Record to me looks like a coin flip. The 4, I think Pawn takes it, and then I want to actually say Super Murloc takes the 5.
Damn.
So I think it might just come down to the 3 personally, because I think with Pond edging out the win. Maybe not even an edge. Maybe it just is dominant win, because they do have almost 100 PDR difference between the two of them. Actually, it is over 100.
Yeah.
So, and the record shows Pawns got a little bit better record this season.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair. So why don't we jump over to... Oh, actually, I don't think we got Pawn's thoughts on this one.
Yeah, what do you think, Pawn?
I'm going to go with, obviously, in the 1. It's tough coming into THL, and Avi, assuming he shows up to the match, is always a favorite. But it would not surprise me for Jayak to take the 2. He's been pretty active. I don't know if Itachi's going to be able to put in the prep he usually does in the bulk of prep in the 2. So I think I'm going with Itachi, but I think it's a lot closer than a normal week.
I just want to point out, Itachi is a 2 seed.
Yeah, that's absurd.
That's gross.
Well, that's what happens when you use all your PR and put 2 550s as your 1 and your 2.
Yeah.
Like, I think Mada has had a rough season, but could definitely win the 3. Yeah, I mean, he's a solid player. I think I'll give him the edge. I think I take the 4, and I think it comes down to the 5. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know why it took me this long, but I just realized that I'm playing you this week, Pond, and I should have been doing a lot more trash talking up to this point. Or like our team's play.
Hey, maybe you shouldn't be doing trash talking because you're about to get trashed. But
Oh,
hey,
really?
Wait a minute. Ted, you're not playing
Well,
Pond?
no, like our teams.
he's playing my team.
Our teams
Yeah,
are
you're
playing.
the teams are
Oh,
playing.
okay. I was gonna say, wait a minute.
No.
I mean, they should be playing by PR.
Yeah.
By PR standards, they should be the two that are
Probably.
playing. But
Yeah. And I would say my PR in Hero is actually even a little bit low.
I'd say mine's very high.
So, I mean, yeah, I think I should not be a 4 seed, but I will continue to play in the 4. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think my legacy PR is like 130 points higher. So,
Jeez.
yeah. But yeah, I think it comes down to the 5, and Copper Talon's been playing really well this season, so I think I give it to him. But I think that's definitely a really good match.
Yeah.
And if Super Murloc, I would want to see that on stream, the two of them playing.
I agree.
But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have KG. These guys are both sitting at 2-2 and 58 points. So
this is
gonna be a good one.
Huge week for both teams.
I hate to say it, but okay, wait a minute. Maybe it's a little close. I was gonna say I think KGB is just, but that might actually be not right. Like
No.
KGB is favored in the 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to that 3.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna give KGB the top 2 and Tap Last the bottom 3.
Yeah, that's actually kind of what I was thinking as well. I mean, all right, so Lotus Knight wins 2s wins the 2. Mako versus 8.
That's
rough.
honestly, I'm gonna say KGB takes 1 and 2, Tap Last takes 3 and 5, and it comes down to the 4.
See, I
actually agree with that.
I think Lotus takes the 1, Shads takes the 5, and I think it comes down to the 2, 3, and 4. I think all 3 of those are really coin flippy to me. I think the TCG gamer played pretty well when he played our team. Definitely think he has a shot to knock off 2s. Booze has not been having a good season, so I think normally I'd pick Booze over Base, but I think Base can get the win.
I really want to predict the 1 going to Lotus, the 2 going to the TC Gamer, the TC Gamer, and then I want Booze to win. I really want Booze to take the 3 because he's just had such a bad season and everything. I really want him to take that win and make his record a little bit better for this season. I think Mako has a shot. I think Mako wins it. And then I think the 5 goes to Tap Last. So I really think that Kel's Good Boys wins over Tap Last this week.
Well,
by taking the 1, 3, and 4.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you that I want to see Booze win and kind of get a step in the right direction, but I don't see it happening. It's just been rough for him, though. I mean, who knows? Meta change.
I mean, yeah, with the meta change, I think it's completely possible.
That is very true.
Yeah, I think the meta changing will give players who are able to prep this week a huge leg up.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's been a huge shift in that control meta. So, yeah. But, yeah. I think I give it to Kel's Good Boys 3-2. But I think it would not surprise me if it came out as a tie.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's going to be close either way.
Yep, I agree. So the last one I just wanted to run down real quick, just because we kind of talked changing a lot, which is Ask HS versus Team No Pros here. So I found my permanent replacement. The PR on my team is probably the lowest in THL right now. But so we have Desharmo versus Skittles in the 1. Myself in the 2 versus Agent PWE. I'm probably going to get smoked. Shadow Ranger versus Posca in the 3. Our permanent replacement, the Town Drunk, returning to THL for the remainder of the season. He will be playing Disco. And then we have Saku versus Electabuzz in the 5. And I have to say, Electabuzz is clearly feeling confident because he's already submitted classes.
Oh.
That seems a little sketchy. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be submitting classes this early.
I think if you're busy tomorrow, it makes sense to submit them tonight. I actually think this is going to be a pretty close match.
Yeah, I do too.
I think Team No Pros here takes it 3-2, but I think, yeah. And Cal, this is a huge week for you guys. If you guys can get like a 4-1 win, it'll put you right back in the playoff. But
yeah, that's really what we need. I do think Desharmo beats Skittles. I'm gonna give Shadow Ranger the win this week. I think he's gonna beat Pasca. I think it's gonna come down. We need to pick up a win either between the 2, 4, and the 5. If anybody can do it, I mean, Donnie can definitely do it. He could definitely pick up the win versus Disco. I don't know if I can beat Agent PWE. And I know Saku can pick up wins in the 5 too. So I think this week it's going to be on. I think this week it's going to be on them, and I think I'm going to lose to Agent. But
Agent's not had a good season. He's been flowing between the 2 and the 3.
No, he started at the 1. First 3 weeks he was in the 1.
Yeah.
But he got his first win this week. So.
Yeah, when he was in the 3, and then.
Yep. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it turns out that Agent and I, but I'm gonna give the advantage to Agent. I think just because I mean he's got over 100 PR on me, and I know he's new to THL, but he's not new to tournament scenes. So I think he's just got a little more experience than I do. As far as like tournament play goes.
Yeah.
I think Ask HS actually takes the 1, the 2, and I'd give 3, 4, and 5 to No Pros here. So
I think I tend to agree. But aside from I think the 4 goes to Ask HS. Just a new player, maybe the new face will pull out the win.
Donnie is definitely not new to THL.
He's not new to THL.
No.
Okay. But he's new to this season.
He's new
Donnie,
to the season, but he's
new to the season, yes, but Donnie has been around forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has he been keeping up with the meta?
Yes.
Okay.
Although with the complete meta changes this week, I don't know. Like he was doing really, really well prior to the changes today. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can pull out the win. So I want to give the 4 to Ask HS. I want to give the 1 to Ask HS. I want to give the 2 to Ask HS, and then the 3 and the 5 go to No Pros here. Although I do think that Electabuzz submitting classes this early might have shifted it and given the win to Ask HS, just because that's such an early submission, especially with the meta changes.
Well, and so my thought is, and maybe this is giving us a little more information too, but it's possible he submitted classes because he has a limited collection and he can only play certain classes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
Or like you said, I mean, maybe it's just a complete fluke and it's just because he's busy tomorrow and doesn't have time to submit tomorrow. I don't know. But I do think it is a little early. Like we're less than 24 hours into this major meta change, and I just think it's a little early to submit classes. That's all.
Yeah,
But we also see that Mr. Shads has also submitted classes. So.
Yeah, I just want to say right now we're starting to run a little low on time. So if anybody has any questions that they want to be asked to either of our guests or Kel and I, just post them in chat, just so we can.
That relate to THL, I should say, because we are all aware of the situation with Blizzard and everything, and it's just not something that we're going to discuss on stream because we don't talk politics on stream. So,
and it's also nothing that we can really have affected anyway.
But if you guys want to discuss that, there is a channel in the Discord that you're welcome to take that to and express your opinions.
But yeah, anything about THL, anything about the new meta, anything like that, please ask us in chat.
So Silver, how long have you been playing Hearthstone?
I started GVG. Dropped off the face of the earth until Old Gods, came back for a little bit, then dropped off the face of the earth again until Rasticans. So I've been around for a while. But I mean, that's fluxing in and out, not keeping up with meta really until recently, and so it's been something new. Hit 5 pretty recently, like rank 5 on ladder, and kind of chopped my PR up a little bit, but I think I came in with like 125 PR or something like that, way low. And then I hit 5 like right before the season started, and it boosted my PR up before I had signed up. So I ended up with like 170. So not really new to the game. Been around. Played Blackrock Mountain, beat Blackrock Mountain like years ago. So I had all those cards whenever I came in, and so it was just a matter of where I had to start somewhere, and so where I had to make things up at. So I kind of just started with Rasicans and just built my collection up, and now I got a pretty flushed out collection and feeling pretty good.
Nice. What is your favorite Hearthstone deck of all time?
My favorite Hearthstone deck of all time was definitely Cthulhu. I liked playing like a Cthulhu mage or something like that. Something just off the wall. Back in the days whenever I was just playing in Old Gods, I would just theory craft my own decks and run them on ladder. And so I created like a whole bunch of Cthulhu decks and figured out which one ran the best and just use that as a bomb.
You're my kind of man.
Yeah. But I also really funny story, I completely deleted every single warrior card and warlock card in my entire collection until recently. So I was never able to play warlock or warrior until like this last season. So if my wins are just pitiful in both of those classes. But my mage is insane. I played freeze mage back whenever I first started the game. That was one of my favorite decks of all time, was playing freeze mage early on.
Do you have the 1000 win portrait?
No.
For mage?
No, I don't have that many wins. I don't even have 1,000 wins all in all, let alone in one class. Haven't played enough of that. I play on and off so much that it never allowed me to build up enough wins.
I did the brave jump of dusting my wild collection this week, so I have 70k dust to play with.
Nice.
I'm sitting on 4k right now, and my wild collection's pitiful aside from Odd Mage. I still hold on to that deck because that deck was super good to me.
All right.
I remember Cthulhu Warrior with Twin Emperor Veclor and all that. So yeah, that deck was resident sleeper. It was fun to play, but it was not fun to watch.
No. All right. Well, we're 10 minutes over already.
All right.
Yeah, so I think we should call it here for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in.
Absolutely.
I have been the Big Ted.
Have you?
Yeah. All right. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week for yet another episode of Last Saloon Standing. Thank you for joining us.
See, you caught it this time.
Yeah, I caught it this time. Thank you guys for joining us.